All right, guys, these are your new notes for Unit 1. So first thing we're going to cover is Key Concept 1.1, which is Big Geography and the Peopling of the Earth. We're talking about the Big Bang, actually the creation of the world as we know it, to around 600 BCE. Here's your outline that we're going to go through. You can take a second, take a look at it. The main idea here is that during what we call the Paleolithic era, hunting and foraging bands of humans gradually migrated from their origin in East Africa to what we call Eurasia, Australia, and the Americas. And they adapted their technology and cultures to these new climate regions. And throughout these notes, we're going to explain exactly what that means, and I'm going to show you some maps. As you're taking these notes, feel free to pause, rewind, fast forward. Throughout these notes, maybe not this video, but some other videos, I've embedded some links that you can click on or that you can pause and copy and paste into a browser to go and watch a video or read an article or something. So let's get going. Okay, the Paleolithic era, or some people call it the Old Stone Age. We have a lot of archaeological evidence from this era, but it's all kind of the same. It indicates that hunting and foraging bands of humans gradually migrated from Africa to Eurasia, Australia, and the Americas. We have evidence of burial grounds. We also have evidence of stone tools, etc., etc. They usually moved in small hunting, foraging bands, and when I say small, I'm talking about 20 to 30 people. They survived by hunting animals and gathering edible plants. They weren't doing a lot of cooking, they weren't doing a lot of preparing, they were just kind of eating everything raw. And they did have some sort of family connections. Fire was the main tool, obviously. This was the easiest thing for anyone to make. It was used for hunting and foraging. It was used for defense, obviously, and obviously it was used for warmth. Tools included the spear, the bow and arrow, the club, and the stone axe out of stone and wood. Cave paintings in France show people using these tools as early or as late as 17,000 years ago. Archaeological evidence also points to the fact that people started religious practices during this era. They were usually what we would consider animistic, meaning that they were worshiping natural parts of the world. But the evidence that we see in ceremonial burials suggests that the dead weren't just left to wild animals. They were taken care of. They were buried with things that they loved or that, possibly had some sort of emotional value to them. They were carefully placed in graves. They had flowers and other objects in there. And this gives us evidence that the living expected their dead to carry on into an afterlife. And archaeologists, have found many small statues of deities made from stone and clay, and this is one of them. We also had a trade system going on. Groups of hunter-gatherers eventually would encounter each other, and during these encounters, they may have fought or they may have worked together. And we don't really know, but we do know that they were interacting and exchanging goods, ideas, and they also facilitated the exchange of weapon and tool-making technology, maybe religious beliefs. And that's it for video 1. Thanks, guys.